Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Oh, for a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe, that will not tremble on the brink of any earthly woe, that will not murmur or complain beneath a chastening rod, but in the hour of grief or pain will lean upon its God. A faith that shines more bright and clear when tempests rage without, that when in danger knows no fear, in darkness feels no doubt. Lord, give us such a faith as this, and then whatever may come, we'll taste and hear the hallowed bliss of an eternal home. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely. Assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die. Rise up, O men of God, have done with lesser things. Give heart and mind and soul and strength to serve the King of Kings. Rise up, O men of God, his kingdom tarries long. Bring in the day of brotherhood and end the night of wrong. Rise up, O men of God, the church for you doth wait. Her strength unequal to her task, rise up and make her great. Lift high the cross of Christ, tread where his feet have trod. As brothers of the Son of Man, rise up, O men of God.
Hello! I am late, and I am without CJ, and maybe even without tagging. But I'm out in the garden, and we're here together live. And I hope you can gain some entertainment, some amusement, some edification, and maybe even a couple tidbits of knowledge from your time spent here tonight. It is my hope. You should at least get a smile out of it. At least. But I hope this video comes to you and everyone is doing well, doing good, and having a wonderful, wonderful day. Man, not having someone backstage really makes this a little bit tough. It means I have to pay more attention. The stream is pretty much entirely comments driven by y'all. Oftentimes we take hymns or song requests, biblical song requests. We also take random topics, especially Bible topics. We like those. And we just do kind of a variety of different things. And on this particular stream, you get to pick on me while I'm out in the garden, basically. And I get to show off the garden and give you a bit of a tour. So yeah, this is Behold the Garden. And I done some tilling and weeding, and it killed a whole bunch of these plants got growing up, these weeds, and then it rained, which kind of revived some of them. It just happens. So we're kind of in here addressing some more of the weeding problems. We got some muskmelons right here. That's what this row is. And over there, that taller stuff is okra. See if I can get it on. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, I am late. Almost 40. Almost 35 minutes late, but we're here. So that's a good thing. My phone has 11%, so we're pretty much either going to stream till my phone runs out, pretty much. So if I just drop off and disappear, well, you'll know why. How's everyone doing? You got any questions about what all plants that I'm growing here, techniques, yada yada? Shoot them up there. Put them up there. I don't care. Get some interaction going. Boop. Our tech department might actually manage to do tagging. Might not. Might take her an hour to do it, or till my phone dies. We give the tech department a lot of grief here. Mr. Vines. Look at that guy. Wandering so far away from the stem. Okay. Boop. Oh, yes. Right here, I got my muskmelons. I'm growing, and I like. I got a good friend. He might even join us here after a while. Why not? I haven't heard from him for a little bit, so he might have gotten busy. But got a good friend, and that's his favorite produce from the garden is a muskmelon, and I tend to give him at least a piece of either the first one or the second one, depending on which is better of the season. So that's always nice. It's kind of a fun thing we do. Do 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 do. But these muskmelons are coming along really nicely this year. We've had a good amount of rain. It's been pretty steady. Of course, this is the hottest week we've ran into so far this year. Go figure. But everything's turning out pretty good so far. I am very happy. We got tomatoes on the vine over here. A couple volunteer tomatoes. Yada yada. And the tomato plant seems to be having some company with this muskmelon. And I really don't want them fusing together, growing through each other like that. I like to keep them at least a little bit separate. Be nice. We got one wonderful lurker, but no one said anything. All by myself. Yes. It is humid out here. But it makes a guy wonder if right now wouldn't be too bad of a time to replant those watermelons. Ruby! She says the garden is looking good. Thank you, Ruby. And happy 4th of July to you again. Yes, yes. It is humid out here. We had a rainstorm and it's made it kinda warm. Ruby says, "Oh, you're not by yourself, but that's a good song." Yes, I like the song too, Ruby. And I know I'm not by myself. After all, if Jesus goes with me, I'll go anywhere. So, yeah. See, I told through it now. We had a square over here where we were trying to get, uh, let's see here. Yeah, it was right about, it was here. We were trying to get watermelons to grow. Ding. And they didn't come up. Little stink pots. I normally don't have all that much difficulty growing watermelons, so I don't know what went on right there. But something did. And then we got our tomato racks, or trellises, take your pick, over here. And they're doing pretty good. I went through and did some weeding on these guys yesterday. Yeah. Okay. And that one doesn't exist anymore. Okay. So, that's why you always plant more than you think you'll need. Some of them die out. DED dead. Okay. That pepper deleted itself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That pepper did. Well, that's a pity. Throw. And then Oh, I suppose I better return to my camera and bring you all along. Sister T, hello. Ruby says, "Oh, my garden is loving this humidity. It shot my corn knee high by the 4th of July. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Of course, in your fancy field corn is already 4 feet high by the 4th of July. Here in Iowa, we got 4 foot tall corn. And some places it's getting pretty close to as tall as I am. So, crazy talk. But that's not sweet corn. Sweet corn, different story. Yes, and so like I was saying earlier, folks, my phone is getting ready to die. And of course, we started late. So if I just drop out for no apparent reason, my phone died. I got 7%, so we're gonna see how far we make it, folks. Okay, so you made it. What about, is there anybody over here? Aha, nice. Folks, I think a couple of my normal peppers did survive. That is a good feeling. Yes. That's 2 unburied. Ruby says, "Where is Mr. Red Baron been?" Mr. Red Baron has decided to be absent. And I don't remember why. Just because, I guess. I don't know. I think his brother's over. I think he's playing with his younger brother. Which means basically, he's in babysitter mode. Hee. The mosquitoes are out. Oh, we have some good-sized 7-pot 7-pot chili peppers over here. That's nice. Oh, Sister T, do you ever go back and watch Ezra's sermon? Oh yeah, she was there. Oh, who was it? Ruby? Reba? Someone missed. Ah, it was Reba. There we go. Yeah. Ezra's like, I think Sister T was there. She probably was. Because Sister T is good like that. uh, coming back here. Ruby says, okay, if phone dies, Fun Friday is over. Yeah. She says, if phone dies, Fun Friday is over, I guess. But speaking of that, Ruby, good. Thank you for reminding me. Because Sister Reba has not showed up yet. But yeah, Fun Friday! Hooray! Sister T says, now, brother, you should know by now not to do a live stream with that little percentage on your phone. Well, thankfully, I have an Android, so the percentage lasts a good while. So when I started, right? When I started, I had 15%, and it's been about 22 to 30 minutes. So yeah, now I'm at 5. So calculate, we'll probably get a good half hour in, I figure. And I'm not in power saving mode yet. I think if I was to switch that on, it might throw me out of here. So I don't remember. Yeah, yeah, that's what mine says. Is if I put power saving mode on, I get like 3.5 hours out of 5 or whatever. So Ezra's over there working on. Let's see if you can spot him in that distance. No, you probably can't see him at all. Classic. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, no, you can't see him at all from here. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, he's over there working on Sam's camper. So Ruby says, "Oh, okay. Glad he's okay and not sick for or anything." Yes. So she says, "I saw it." Ruby says, "Hooray! Skylar's here. He's driving. Hello, Skylar. You made it in. Sweet." And so she says, "Yeah." Ruby says, "I saw him on the TV." Ezra, the TV sermon minister. Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose she's meaning like she can see you on the TV. Yeah, now, but I was initially thinking that she meant like she watched your sermon on the TV. She might mean both. I don't know. Ruby tends to put things on the TV, so. And so she says you're sweating. It's got to be hot. Yes, it's quite hot. It's humid, Sister Jane. If it was this temperature and there was no moisture in the air, or minimal moisture, it wouldn't be like this. It's 76 degrees, but the humidity is so through the roof that you just pouring bullets. But Iowa, humidity is not a horrible thing. It just hurts. And then she says, "Hi, Ezra." Ruby says, "It's like, where's Ezra?" instead of Waldo. Yeah. Or it's, where in the world is Ezra at? But I do that with everybody. Like, the biggest one is, where in the world is Amos at? Where in the world did Amos go? Because you have no idea. What? Yeah, I do. Oh, it says RVO. And Sister T says, hi, Skylar. Skylar says, kind of. He says, LOL. He says, Ezra! He says, hi, Sister T. And then he says, both. Right? Wow, it just kind of got darker all of a sudden. That's neat. So Skylar, just kind of to fill y'all in. I guess I'll fill all of y'all in because y'all are right here. But that was one of the things I told Skylar. Like, if you can get in here, I can tell you this. So backing up in the story of events, well, I have 3%. um, Sister T says, "I hear Ezra." That's funny. That is really surprising because the noise canceling on this microphone is really good, but apparently you don't count as noise. Yeah, his truck broke. Amos says, "Yeah, I know." Ezra was telling me about that, and so they got to go rescue it and yada yada whatever. Like, I hope he gets it up and going. But story of our life, right, Skylar? It just happens. It's not like this is the first time. But so, folks, I'm doing some weeding over here. I have been in search for a transmission for my Nissan truck, and it's been just about at least a year and a half, maybe two long years of trying to find a actual transmission for decent price and such forth. Come on, StreamYard. What in the world? You just being weird now? Yeah. That's pretty weird, StreamYard. I don't get it. Great. I broke StreamYard, folks. There we are. Did I? Oh, hey, I fixed it. And kind of, Sister T. As much as I'm probably ever going to get. But, man, my phone's going to die. So we're going to get about 30 minutes out of the stream. So, yeah, I've been trying to find a transmission for this truck. And it's been quite a battle because it's kind of a special combination for a truck. And we found more intel about it. Skylar did some more research and was able to find a couple different types of vehicle that this transmission was used in. So that gives us a little bit more options. And with this new info, he was able to locate a transmission. But the guy, I said, "What would you be thanking for the price on the transmission?" He didn't have it up. He says $300, which isn't bad for a used working transmission for this truck. Not bad. And I'm like, okay. And then the next day he contacts me. He says, I'm gonna have to check my schedule, yada yada. And he contacts me and says that he could do it um, if he can have my transmission as a core, as well as he'll leave the good transfer case on the transmission. If he gets my transfer case and transmission, and then $300, which is a little okay. And previously, we were only talking about the transmission, and he said $300, but yeah. Anyways, so long story short, we're kind of in the middle of negotiations. I gotta talk with Amos, and I need to fill Skylar on how everything is going, because it's just how I am. Skylar thankfully was able to find these things, so it's been quite an interesting time. But thankfully, the guy has the transmission I need, and in fact, he has two of them. So, Lord willing, a blessing emerges from all this, and I can get my actual truck up and going. That'd be really nice. Yes. Ruby sees lightning bugs. That you do. They get out here kind of prolific here in Iowa, thankfully. Of course, we don't use any of those sprays or anything on the lawn or whatnot, so that isn't killing them off. So that's good. It's nice to have lightning bugs. I don't remember what all role they play in any pollinating or whatnot, or eating of bugs. I don't remember. Maybe they eat mosquitoes. That would be nice. I'd appreciate that. But she says, "Yeah, I don't spray either." So they're all over in her yard as well. That's nice. I like lightning bugs. Yeah. So we got the tomatoes recovered. Here, real quick. These are my tomatoes in these racks here. Of course, it's kind of hard to tell where all you're looking from my side, but I think you're in that right spot. This one actually has a cherry tomato on it, right here, at the end of my little stirrup hoe. If you can see it, I can't tell. But so we got some fruiting going on, especially in the cherry tomato department. So yeah, I need to get those watermelons restarted. I also got some potatoes I need to plant just to see what we can get out of them. Because sometimes you can get an okay harvest out of potatoes, even if they're late. Because potatoes can be kind of a random plant. Sometimes they're just like, oh yeah, sure, bring it on. I don't know. I'm sure many of y'all who have gardened have kind of had similar experiences where sometimes the plants just kind of have their own personal opinions on what's going to go on. Just kind of one of those things that kind of happen, I guess. Ruby says they're peaceful to watch, in her opinion. Yes, I enjoy watching them. Well, folks, it's been 30 minutes. 30 minutes of fun. And of course, we've missed CJ, and I got started late and everything. I got 1% on my phone. So I figure I probably better end the stream before it kicks me out. That would be sad. So this was a short little live stream. But I am really thankful and appreciative y'all have been able to join. Pop in. Look at Ezra for a little bit. Up there by the RV camper thing. It's a camper for Sam. But yeah, I think we're going to call it a night. Peaceful to watch. And then that's off towards the west. We got Amos's beautiful 77 LTD right there. And then the sunset, or what remains, we might get a good thunder boomer tonight. But y'all, thank you for being here. Till we meet again, God bless. Stay safe, stay strong. And don't forget that whether you're in the garden or you're talking about your spiritual life, we gotta grow big and put down deep roots and bear fruit. Shoot, phone died right there. That's weird. I'm back. It's not showing any of Sister Ruby's comments on here on the computer. Weirdo land. How dare it? Anyways, y'all. My phone died. Till we meet again, God bless you all. Stay safe and stay strong. I love each and every one of you. Until next time, bye bye. Toodaloo, pip pip, and cheerio.